The city never slept. It breathed through honking cars and flickering billboards, through late-night vendors and neon reflections sliding across rain-soaked roads. To many, the city was alive. To Amara, it was loud. Every evening after work, she stood by the window of her apartment on the 12th floor, watching the city glow like a restless constellation. She worked in advertising, shaping dreams for brands that promised happiness in 30 seconds or less. By the time she got home, her own heart felt like an afterthought, muted, postponed, waiting. It was on one of those evenings that the power went out. The lights vanished at once, plunging her apartment into darkness. The city's roar softened, as if someone had turned the volume knob slightly to the left. Amara sighed, grabbed a candle, and stepped out onto her balcony. Across the narrow gap between buildings, she noticed a small flame flicker to life on the opposite balcony. A man stood there, lighting a lantern. They looked at each other, surprised, then amused, two strangers briefly visible in the rare darkness the city allowed. He raised his lantern in a silent greeting. Amara lifted her candle in return. That was how she met Kato. Their first conversations were shouted across balconies, then spoken over tea when he invited her across. Kato was a photographer who spent his days capturing the city's chaos and his nights escaping it. He spoke slowly, thoughtfully, as if he had learned to listen more than the city ever did. They began to share evenings, sometimes talking, sometimes sitting in silence, watching the city lights pulse below them. Kato showed her photographs he never published. Empty streets at dawn, old hands clasped together on a park bench, a single light burning in a window long after midnight. "This is where love lives," he said once, pointing not at the brightest parts of the city, but at the quiet corners, beyond the noise. Amara didn't answer, but something inside her shifted. Their love grew gently, without urgency. It wasn't fueled by grand gestures or dramatic declarations, but by small moments, shared meals, missed calls returned, hands finding each other in the dark. When the city demanded more from Amara, late nights, impossible deadlines, Kato became her stillness. When his work felt unseen and unimportant, she reminded him why he saw the world differently. One night, standing on the roof of his building, the city spread out beneath them like a sea of stars. Amara realized something then. The city lights were no longer overwhelming. They were beautiful, but only because she wasn't facing them alone. "Do you think we'll ever leave this place?" she asked. Kato smiled. "Maybe. But even if we don't, what we have exists outside of it." She understood. Their love wasn't confined to location or circumstance. It didn't depend on the glow of skyscrapers or the rhythm of traffic. It lived in pauses, in shared breaths, in the spaces the city forgot. Below them, the lights continued to shimmer, unaware. And above the noise, beyond the city lights, love endured, quiet, steady, and real.